Hello everyone, welcome to 3ddesignacademy.com. In this lesson, I'm going to show you guys why less spans is better. Now, there are several reasons for this. First of all, it does make your model look professional. If your model has a lot of spans and especially at unnecessary locations, it does make you look like an amateur. And if I were a hiring manager, it's going to make me wonder if this person that I'm looking at is any good or has any understanding on how CVs and proper structure works in Alias. Now, of course, that's one reason, and there are practical reasons as well. And I'm going to show you guys some of those over here. So right now, I have two identical ball corners, and if you can look at the highlight, it looks really nice. And the reason for that is, of course, it's a single span surface. But let's go ahead and crank up the span count on this one by a lot. So I'm just going to make it 5. This is actually, to be honest, not that much compared to what I've seen. Let's go ahead and take a look at this one. So because this was derived from a clean surface, if I were to do a surface continuity check, it doesn't really show any defects. And as you can see, it's nice and curvature. Well, let's go ahead and move one of the CVs. Now, because curvature is based on 3 rows, so basically position, tangent, and curvature, if I were to manipulate this one like this, you'll see that it still retains curvature continuity. But as you can see, this is a terrible model. It looks like there's a little weird bump like this. But because of how curvature works and the number of CVs, you'll notice that it's still retaining curvature continuity. And the highlight, at least from here to here, is still flowing nicely. But of course, if you were to make a model like this, I'm pretty sure whoever you're making the model for is not going to be happy with the result. All right, so let's move on to a different example. So here I have a roof of an Audi e-tron project. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to crank up the number of CVs or spans by quite a lot. So let's make it quite extreme. I'm just going to make it 20 over here. Now, in the actual model, in its original form, you'll see that it's nice and curvature. The CV structure, well, before this one, actually, looks like I cannot go back, but that's fine. But if you'll notice that the highlight is flowing really nicely and all that stuff. But if I were to crank up the CV structure over here like this, so you'll notice that it still retains curvature, but obviously, just by looking at it, you'll see that this is not a good model. And if you run other curvature evaluation tools, so let's say Gaussian, for example, let's see, Prince Max, so I'm going to change that to Gaussian. You'll see that if I were to crank it up, you'll see that there's a weird pull going on. So this obviously is a terrible model. Now, in most examples, in real life examples, it's going to be a lot more subtle than this, but these are one of the reasons why you always want to keep the number of spans down. Okay, so actually, let's go ahead and move on to a different model. So right now, I just have a very simple model, a work in progress model of a Lamborghini Aventador. But let's say the designer wanted to change the line of this front fender a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab the stretch tool over here. I'm just going to push it a little bit to the side. And let's just pretend that all this construction history is deleted. So right now, this is a very simple surface. It's got 2 degree, 2-1, and 3-1. So very simple, very nice and clean. Well, let's say I want to move this one over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to align this one to this curve, this new direction of a curve. I'm just going to crank up the position influence to max to make sure that it's positional. And in order to keep the gesture as similar as possible, I'm going to just do one blending and I'm going to do an expressive 1. And because of this, it's very because the base surface is really simple and clean, I was able to do it really quickly, and the highlight is still nice and clean. And because of that, if there were adjacent surfaces I'm trying to align, so I'm just going to trim this one, and I'm going to align this one over here. I'm just going to make a curvature. I'm going to say edge align. You'll see that the resulting surfaces are also very nice and clean. However, if this had more spans, so I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. And this one, I purposely, even though it's the same surface, I crank up the number of spans by quite a lot. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use the stretch tool over here, about a similar distance like this, and I'm going to try and align this one. So because right now there are multiple spans, you'll notice that even if I align it, it's going to require a lot more work. Right now, positioning influence set to max, so I'm just going to have to extra CV rows. I don't know how many I need, but because the span works a little bit different than actual, single span surface, you also have to check to make sure that all highlights are good. Now this one looks pretty good, but as you can see over here, the highlight is a little bit funny over here. So let's compare that to the previous example. So I'm just going to turn that off. You'll see that the highlight was retained really nicely from here to here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to undo just to show you guys. So this one looks really similar to the original, or this is the original. And even if I were to align this one, I think I have to, of course, I do have to untrim it. Yep, that's fine. I'm just going to align this one over here. And extra 0.01. Yep, that's perfect. And you'll notice that the gesture is retained very similarly. But if you look at this one, you'll see that the highlight is a little bit skewed. And well, that's the resulting model. And even if I were to do the same thing over here on the top, and I'm just going to change it to curvature like this, and I'm just going to align that one. And again, because of the multi-span situation, I'm going to have to do multiple extra CV rows. And to be honest, I have to influence up to this point, and you don't really know if it's nicely balanced or not. So I'm just going to trim the surface over here, and you'll notice that this weird highlight that is going on is continuing all the way to the top. It's actually deviating quite a lot from the original intention. So, well, that does create problems. All right, so those are the reasons why less spans is better. So it's always encouraged that you reduce the number of spans to, first of all, make your model look professional, and to make sure these kind of ball corner issues that you've seen before doesn't happen, and of course, so that it's a little bit easier to modify a model as well. All right, thank you guys for watching, and see you next time. Want to learn Autodesk Alias and digital sculpting? Then become a member at 3ddesignacademy.com, where you'll find hundreds of video tutorials ranging from basics, including curve creations, intermediate level tutorials such as this wheel, all the way to Class A modeling of the entire car exterior. Interested? Visit 3ddesignacademy.com.